It's Hoodrich Radio. It's the voice of DJ Scream. What up, Moran? We got a special guest up in the building while we looking at all these top 50 lists. You better put Ras Kass on some of these lists, man.
Appreciate you.
What up, bro? Welcome, man. How you feeling?
Good to see you. I'm good. I'm out here in the A enjoying the weather. I actually, when I read the weather.com or whatever, they lied to me. They said it was going to be rainy and cold, so I came out here with sweaters like an idiot. That didn't work out well for the first day.
Is your first day here?
Yesterday was my first day.
Okay, your nighttime get a little different, though.
For sure.
Man, I'm going to be out here in these T-shirts popping. I'm going to have to go right to Target, get me some Target tops.
What's popping, man? So you got Soul on Ice, the album, and you have, is this considered a book? And like,
it's a book. We call it
it's
a coffee table book. It's a lyric book.
Okay.
So it's the physical writing of the lyrics. So you kind of see the process.
Right.
The best way I try to explain it is, we get wrapped up in the bells and whistles of hip hop and start forgetting that it's a craft. It's an art form.
Right.
Jordan didn't score those points or LeBron just because it just happened. It's because he worked and trained, and you see how many drills he did and practicing a free throw shot and whatever it is. So this is me kind of showing you how I score those points, how I spit these bars, how my thought process involved. So what we did is we just photographed the notebook. You see all kind of scribbles and whatever. For example, Busta Rhymes, say you had a notebook. He literally only writes in the margins. So when he's writing,
I've heard that before.
Rakim, they say he starts from the end of his whole rap and builds up.
Oh, wow.
So we're all kind of all these weird creative writers. So I just wanted to showcase my process.
Wow.
And then we had my man Maya Bailey, who's
big shouts out to Maya.
Atlanta's own. He did some illustrations based on what he got out of the lyrics. So it's a companion piece to go with the music. Sometimes especially with me, I say a lot of things that might go over people's head the first time, so it's hard to process all that information the first time. This is almost like follow the bouncing ball shit, so you can read along and catch up and kind of put it in perspective how these bars work.
As a person that writes down your lyrics, still uses the notepad, how do you feel about the current generation of rappers? All of them say, "Yo, I just go off the top." Like nobody kind of pens and pads.
This is hilarious. I'm glad you. I was with Burner and Twister. Shouts out to them. I was in Oakland with them a couple of weeks ago, and we were having that conversation. And the one thing T was saying, because Twister's been a friend of mine for 15, 20 years, but he was like, when you're making certain kinds of records, it's great because it's innate and it feels right. So like when you're at a party, if you start overthinking about what you're going to say to a chick, you're going to blow it.
Right.
Your best bet is to just flow and, hey, what's up? You might say something dumb. She start laughing and then it go. So when you're making those kind of party fun records, that's what you want to do. But if you think that you getting busy and you saying the most thought-provoking thing, then you're not. You should be real with yourself. So a lot of times, Jay-Z did it and everybody else thought they could. And I'm like, Jay-Z's smarter than you.
Right.
You're not smart. So you should write something down because you're trash. You had took too many Xanny bars and everything else. You're not that intelligent to do it. So, the ones that can, I encourage it. A lot of other people, once again, if you ain't a LeBron, and even he has to practice. So a lot of these dudes really need to go home and practice first.
As a lyricist, does it become frustrating to you when you hear these artists that say they just did something in 5 seconds?
No, because I understand. I mean, when I'm in a club, we're drinking, we're smoking, we're socializing. Not necessarily do I want to hear a lot of complicated thoughts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. So if a dude wins with a very dumb record, sometimes I'm in the club and I'm very dumb. I'm drinking and I'm having fun and I'm not thinking. So I'm not mad at that. As a lyricist, it's hard for me. It's hard for me personally. I think my median dumb is way higher than like when they're trying to be smart.
When you did records
they're
like
dumber.
when you did records like and they were Feel Good, Ghetto Fabulous,
Right.
Miami Life.
Right.
It was still
right,
lyrically elevated.
Right.
You know.
So Jay-Z would do a comparison. He would always say like it was kind of like this pep talk to some of us that were around, like late 90s. And he would say like, we're here. Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. So he'd be like, we're here. Average person's down here. So even if we do this and we feel like we toned it down halfway, we're still way up here on these people. So, that's the way I look at it is, I have fun with it. Every record it's a different backstory. It's like making a movie. There's different scenes. So the whole thing, there might be the gratuitous sex scene, there's the drama, there's the fighting, there's the shooting, there's the joke. But if the whole thing is just one series, just saying something stupid or if it's all sex scenes, that's a porno. If it's all just, then I don't understand what's the point of this movie if you fought the whole time, never said a word. It just starts with a dude punching and they just punch it. Right. So for me, I'm still trying to create a narrative. I'm creating this movie. So there's the party scene. There's, the gratuitous sex scene. And then there's the gangster part. Then there's the depression, like, I'm sad. So... for the ones that are supposed to be the party scenes, I try to, have some drinks, invite people in the studio, and let's have a party and create that. Mine just be a little more complicated than the average person's. But when I'm at the club, I'm still using big words. Right. So I'm just being true to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are some of the newer artists that lyrically impress you?
I never do that.
Okay.
I never. You know why? Because it's too many people that deserve credit, and once you start mentioning one.
You might leave somebody out.
You leave somebody out, and I think nowadays people always do this really politically correct. Like, even when they do these lists, people will start mentioning who's popular, and especially if they're artists, then they mention themselves because they want to be associated with whoever is already successful. So it's a groupie move. I'm not mentioning nobody. If you nice and you dope, congratulations, and I support that. If you popular and you get in your bag, and you're talented, I really support that. If you trash and get in your bag, I'm not mad at you. I'm not a hater, but I'm not, I think you're kind of wasting space for us. But whether old, new, there's so many talented people out there that, male, female. I said one line, it's something about standing up. I said lyrically, it's just me and Young and May manning up. So I'll mention Young and May. How about that? That's the only person that's getting props today. She got bars.
So how do you feel about the reemergence of the West Coast?
I don't think we went anywhere, man.
Y'all did.
In your perception, the coast didn't disappear just because people didn't listen.
From a music perspective, it did. Even some of the legends like Snoop Dogg even admitted it.
I disagree with them.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I think that it definitely went underground.
Yeah. That's what I'm referring to.
If you're talking about commercial success, look, Atlanta got it and never gave it back to nobody. So I don't worry about that because my talent is my talent. I ain't never sold 1 million records and had to worry about why I didn't never sell another 1 million records. I got nowhere to go but up.
Right.
So I wasn't worried about who was on BT and who had the record playing all the time, because that never was a factor to me.
Right.
That's only for people playing those kind of games. That's not the game I'm playing.
Right.
So I never thought we went anywhere because I still was walking around L.A. seeing dope, talented people, just like I was walking down in New York and seeing dope, talented people. Detroit, Miami, Canada. So meanwhile, this is the funny story about popularity in rap. It started in New York. They made it. We were just kind of having this conversation about when Outkast came out. So New York, yo, son, my life is hard, son, in the ghetto and the streets of New York, son. Then L.A. put their interpretation. It was like, we gonna smoke this weed and drive these cars real slow and crip walk all over the place. And then New York was like, that ain't hip hop, and they got the bag in West Coast. So you talking about that, the dominance of the West Coast. I wasn't in the car with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre smoking weed and crip walking all over the place with some gangster braids. That's not my brand. But meanwhile, while New York and L.A. was arguing,
here we come.
Then came these dudes, and they came and clipped everybody.
Right.
And then while every L.A. and New York got mad at the South, then the Canadians came and clipped everybody. Right. So right now, you might as well, Drake is crushing everybody. But I don't have a dog in any of the race. So to me, it don't matter.
That's real.
There was a incorrect. What one you were part of? Supposed to be a super group some years ago.
The Golden State Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors.
Oh, you talking about the Horsemen?
The Horsemen.
Me, Corrupt, Killer Priest, and Cannabis. Yeah.
Did it ever?
No, we recorded records.
Yeah.
It's really hard to people's impersonalities. Like EPMD broke up for a while. For sure. You know, Pete Rock don't do tours with CL Smooth. It's
right.
Like Beyonce left Destiny's Child.
Mm-hmm,
it's hard to be in a group. Is my point.
Is anybody on your bucket list that you would just love to work with that you haven't quite got a chance to get in the studio with yet?
I got a lot of those. It's probably unfair, but I would definitely say, and this is probably gonna sound weird, but I'm a big Duran Duran fan. Okay, so I want to do a song with Duran Duran.
That's hard.
And a lot of dope MCs, a lot of dope singers. So once again, like, I'm not trying to be politically correct at all. Like, I don't mind like telling the truth, shaming the devil. It's just way too many dope people. Like, I like SZA. It's just dope people. It's this chick. I don't know if this is bad, but this is her name, Jungle Pussy.
Yeah, she hard.
Yeah,
I know
she hard. Yeah,
she hard.
She dope, bro. Yeah. So like, it's just so many dope people that I can't just name one. It ain't necessarily even from rap. You know, it might be a singer, it might be jazz, it might be some rock stuff. So, Slipknot is ill. You know, Sid is my homeboy, the DJ from them. So,
how often do you get a phone call or a DM or something from somebody? You have to get into detail because you can't, wanting you to ghostwrite for them. Does that still happen?
It happens. I would say ones that count, maybe once every 6 months. And then my only thing is, like, dudes that are popping and want lyrical people to write for them, at least from my experiences, I haven't found the right people to ghostwrite for.
Okay. So they always ghostwritten.
I have.
You have.
I have. I'm just
not
kidding.
Recently.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
But
I just feel like, dude, I'm not gonna like help write 5 songs, and you ain't like chunking out major bread. You just want to chunk out major bread for the one you really want. It's like, right. I'm not audition. I'm not. You don't test drive me. I'm not your your chick you can finger bang and figure out if you want to hit it. Like, that's not how it works. So you gotta give me a lot of bread for me to spend my time and energy helping you sound good, or get one of these whack dudes and do your whack raps and keep pushing. As you should. I'm not mad.
Fair enough. Solo Nights 2, man. Let's talk a little bit about how long did it take you to put together the project?
So about a year and a half ago, I was actually, this wasn't supposed to happen. I was working on a different project, and it just so happens that some of the records I was creating, I was like, this is dope, but this don't fit this concept that I got for this album. And then it just hit me like, oh, you're doing Solo Nights. That's what's happening right now. So I probably focused in about a year and a half ago. And just went, stripped everything apart and was like, yeah, these songs are for Solo Nights too, and now let's create the rest of it. And yeah, man, this it's crazy that, I've known CeeLo for a long time, to have CeeLo be a part of, Snoop Dogg, to have Styles P.
You brought him in a different sound too.
Yeah,
it's a up-tempo, different sound for CeeLo, I heard.
That's what I want to do, man. Like, when I collaborate with people, most people are one-trick ponies. They're like, so-and-so is the gangster rapper, and he picks these kind of, beats. Like, okay, YG, so mustard beat, and then YG on it. This is real formulaic garbage. If I did a song with YG, I would want to take him out of his element, and myself possibly out that element. I put him on a premiere beat and say, do your thing the same way, and people are going to hear, you're going to change the record. And so the Olympics is multi-platinum. They do Rick Ross records and all that, the people that produced the record with CeeLo. But when I heard the record, I was just like, I laid my verses, and I was like, yeah, man, I just hear CeeLo doing some crazy, like, like that. So, the blessing is what I call Bartum, because we have a rapport and he has respect for what I do. It was dope to be able to say, bro, I want you to hear something, and if you rolling with me, please, whatever. And he's like, this is dope. And then he took it to some rock, and I didn't know what he was gonna do, but I had a feeling about what he would do, and he did it. And then the crazier thing is we got a homeboy. He's from LA. His name is Tone Lopez. He road manages like a lot of people. Chris Brown, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna name drop too much, but he's a good dude. So he had an artist, and he had played me some of her records. She sounded like kind of Lauryn Hilly, but she's in South Africa. And I'm listening to the CeeLo hook, and I'm listening to me, and I'm like, now this girl ain't never had no record with nobody. But I'm like, I hear her doing, because she can speak Xhosa, this particular African tribe of South Africa. I'm like, I need you to sing in South Africa and then make this a world record. The record gets even bigger. And so I'll put her on it, and she's singing this amazing native stuff, and it's this dope record. And like all my records, that's, I put Everlast on a different kind of record than he would normally get on. I think the Snoop record is still more of a hip-hop record, but it's still that vibe. And it was just dope, man, to be able to reach out to people. And Dr. Dre would always say, like, you're more of an A&R sometimes. You have vision about who should be here and do that, and you challenge people to step outside of their comfort zone. And so that's what I was trying to do with myself, and I'm lucky that the people I reached out to were willing to do it.
You still in communication with Dr. Dre?
I haven't seen Doc in a while. Exhibit's always over there. So,
right.
At some point, I probably will. I anticipate, just because of some of the things that we're working on and whatever, that I'll probably see him fairly soon.
So as a Ras Kass fan, I'm just going to ask this. And you can tell me no. I'm okay
no.
with no.
No, I'm just kidding.
The odds of, we can only ask from your perspective, two of the dopest West Coast lyricists of all time. Will we see Ras Kass and maybe Kendrick Lamar collaborate on something?
Okay, so that's why I love the internet and information.
Right.
I've already done songs with Kendrick. I did a song with Kendrick Lamar already. So, see, and that's why I don't like the popular thing. I'm not taking shots at you, but my sons did that to me when Kendrick started popping. And they're like, Dad, you should do a song with Kendrick Lamar.
So how far back Kendrick, because I followed Kendrick pretty far. How far back?
Google it. There's an internet.
Okay. Right.
So, there's a Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot, and reached out and asked, would I be on a record? And of course, at the time he wasn't popping.
Wow.
But was he was he as dope as he was? Yes, he was.
Okay.
See, popularity doesn't define who's good. True. I'm a fan of who's good.
True.
Yeah.
So when he asked me, would I be on a song? Then I'm like, yeah, of course, man. You dope. Your whole team, your squad is dope. So knocked the song out. Maybe he popped and you drank probably a year later. But that don't. So I'm done that. Been there, done that.
Okay.
It's not.
It's already there. I already got my Christmas.
It's
when
there.
we leave.
Yeah, yes, sir.
There it is. So how does it feel for you to have this project out, though?
It's awesome, man. The reviews, the feedback. Like album of the year, I gunned people down lyrically, production wise. I got, it's the album I want to make. It wouldn't have been Soul on Ice 2 without Diamond D. I got Pete Rock, Justice League, Immortal Technique. It's a big record, but it's wavy, but it's still hip hop, but it's futuristic. We did a great job.
No doubt. Big shouts out to Ras Kass for pulling up the Hoodrich Radio, man. Soul on Ice 2. You can stream it on all platforms.
All platforms.
Stream it on iHeart as well. And can they get this book as well?
Yeah. You can get the book actually at Patchworks.
Okay.
I don't know well, I guess you could probably go to patchwork.com and
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's work with a E, so it's not a O. PATCHWERK.com. Yeah, we partnered, me and Curtis, me and Patchworks partnered to do the book.
Dope.
So I'm really grateful to my brother, man, Curtis Burt. We got Prophet in the building over here, So, man, if you hit me on the gram at RAS_KASS, I have something called a camp. It's called Campsite. And so I have a link in my profile.
Bio?
My bio.
Yeah.
And you can literally click that and it'll open like book or vinyl, CD, whatever thing. So it'll list it out. And, support the music. I always say, if nothing else, just pay attention. I'll give it to you, you can stream it, listen to it for free, listen on YouTube. Tell a friend, man, the music is good. And, You know, instead of whackness going viral, why don't we make some of these bars go viral?
Next time, man, we gonna throw it out there.
Yes, sir.
Next time we want that Ras Kass freestyle, man, on Hoodrich Radio.
Okay,
Next time you touch down to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
We'll
you
have
got
something
it.
for you. I don't know what your beverage or your food of choice is, but we'll have something for you.
Chili cheese fries.
Chili cheese fries.
That's what I want.
Noted.
Next
Cheese
time.
on the-
Chili
Noted.
cheese
You gonna have
fries.
the best damn chili cheese fries you ever had.
That's what I need in my life here. That would be gangster. And then I'm gonna have to write a specific verse. Like you get exclusive because
No doubt.
yeah, because
doubt.
the internet is undefeated, and I want to be like that's the same one for another time.
The internet is undefeated.
That's undefeated, bro.
Big shouts out to the homie Ras Kass. Go check out that solo nights too. It's Hoodrich Radio.